Okay, the Las Vegas Raiders mock draft. Only got four left. I'm gonna start off with the Raiders and then kind of just go through the division. I'll probably end with the most interesting one, I guess, that I find. So it's probably the Chargers or the Broncos. So I'll probably do the Chiefs next, but we'll go through their free agents, then get into the draft, like what they did in free agency. First big signing, I guess, Yannick Ngakoue, 2 years, $26 million. He's a very good pass rusher. So he gets $13 million a year. It's quite a lot. He is young though, which is good, but it's only a 2 year contract. I thought he probably would have got like a longer contract, maybe like a 4 year, just because of his age. But every single team he's been on, he's been productive, which is quite encouraging. And they just needed more pass rush off the edge to complement like Max Crosby and Cleveland Farrell, because they badly needed another pass rusher. And I think that kind of means they don't really have to target as much in the draft. And then Nelson Aguilar, they lost him. He had kind of a breakout year for them last year, so that's a bit of a loss, I guess, but he got a lot of money in there. And then Kenny Drake, this was a bit of a weird signing, I think, because you've got Josh Jacobs, who you think is your starter, man, because he's a pretty good running back. And you drafted him in the first round, but then you picked Kenyon Drake for $5 million a year to be a backup. That's like a bit weird, so I don't know about that. I feel that's kind of a waste of money for a backup running back, which is not a valuable position. Tyrell Williams also lost, but they cut him because he wasn't doing well. And then John Brown, this is a pretty good pickup because he had a really good year before last season where he was injured quite a bit. He had kind of a breakout-ish year. So they get him for really cheap for only $3 million, which I think is a very good pick up for them. They kind of replace Nelson Aguilar with an older, more like reliable, I guess, receiver who's just been good for a while. And then Jonathan Hankins, they also get back. They kind of get people for that interior defensive line just to shore it up. Then they also got Solomon Thomas, who's a very high draft pick, so definitely has a lot of potential, just hasn't really done anything. So I don't know, maybe in Las Vegas. I still say that every single time. He can revive his career. And then Quentin Jefferson, he's a pretty good interior defensive tackle from Buffalo, so that's a good pickup. It's only for $3 million. Richie Incognito also, he's very old, a bit injury prone, but is a very good guard, so that's pretty good, I guess, to get somebody back in their line. And then they also signed Nick Martin to probably be their center. I guess I'd rather have him than Rodney Hudson, which is a bit weird because he's not a very good center, Nick Martin, but yeah. Then re-signed a few people like Theo Riddick or like blah blah blah. And then Willie Snead they get for very cheap actually. And Willie Snead's a good possession receiver, has a bit of speed, he's kind of more of a slot receiver, so I guess he can play there. But he can also move on the outside. You've kind of got a bit of a slot receiver in John Brown, who can also play on the outside also, so you kind of get versatile players. And he can just be good possession receiver, yeah. He might not start, but still. Then Nevin Lawson, this get another cornerback back. He'd probably be their starter, to be honest, just because they don't really have much there. And then they still got a few people, like Nicholas Morrow is pretty decent, so maybe they try and bring out Daniel Carlson. Has he been brought? It says he has, but they just don't have the money, I guess, then. That's probably good. He's a very good kicker. Bombs, balls. Vic Beasley, probably not. Probably not. And then just randos. We'll get into the draft. Let's go. Got pretty good pick 17. Kind of to see what follows. Maybe O-line, linebackers. Yeah, we'll see. 1-8. Mad Dog 6. I would have maybe liked Elijah Vera Tucker just for that flexibility. Okay, I think I'm picking between Jeremiah Usakormoa and Tevin Jenkins. Probably Tevin Jenkins is my pick, to be honest. I think he can start at the right tackle position opposite of Colton Miller on the other side. And then you've got some really good tackles there. They kind of like that running down the middle, physical type of offensive lineman. And Tevin Jenkins is that. So I think that's a good pickup, and they could use a good tackle like that after letting go of, well, trading Trent Brown, who just didn't really work out. So they just get a better player, I think, in the future. Maybe not straight away, but yeah. Another pick. Zaven Collins probably doesn't really fit the system that well. If there's any really good... Ooh, Richie Grant or Jamar Johnson would be a good pickup, I think. Like Baron Browning, but I don't think that value is very good there at this point. They could use a good linebacker like that, though. Gregory Zoe, maybe for that potential, because that's what he has. But I think Richie Grant is a very good pickup for them. He can play free safety, he can play strong safety, he can play in the slot, which you probably do. Kind of be a better LaMarcus Joyner, a bigger Marcus Joyner, who can also play in the box, actually, also. He can just play everywhere on defense, pretty much, and he's very solid at all of the places. So I think that's a very good pickup, and he's a very versatile player. So yeah, we've got 2 picks back to back, so I like that. Here we go. Here we go. Amon-Ra St. Brown, probably not a good pick here just because they already have slot receivers. Carlos Basham would be nice, but I don't know if he'd last to here. Linebackers, Chester Rat's there, Cameron McGrone. I'm going to go for Monty Rice, actually. I like Monty Rice more than mostly all of those players. I think he's a really good linebacker, and it's a good typical linebacker, nothing special. But very good player. I mean, could go O-line again. Like, Ben Cleveland, I have him like all my drafts, seems like, but he's a really good player. Cornerback could be an option. Ooh. Paulson Adebo is a really nice player. I think I might do that. I like Paulson Adebo. His film from the year before last year, before he opted out, was one of the best, well, probably one of the best corner films in this whole draft. If you're just looking at what's happened, but of course, recency bias, everybody's going to go off this season. So he's definitely going to probably fall in the draft. Somebody might really like him and pick him, but I think he's a really good cornerback. So I like that. He's a very good corner, actually. And they need corners, actually. They don't have a lot. I mean, they got young players, but that's kind of it. Okay. Ali McNeil. Ali McNeil would be nice, but I think Marvin Wilson is more of like a Raiders player. Like, I can just imagine Marvin Wilson's in that Raider scheme. He will stop the run at a high level. His stock's definitely dropped. He was meant to be such a good player and then just didn't produce last year. So that's kind of why that happened. Kind of disappointing, but... See, so Marvin Wilson, Adebo, Rice, Grant, and Jenkins. Very solid. Very solid. Pick 162, and then we got another pick. They got a lot of picks, actually. Which is pretty nice. Pretty nice. Edge might actually be a good pickup at this point. Rashad Weaver, I think I just gotta go for that. It's just good value at this point. So they, especially in that new scheme, they don't blitz. So you get Rashad Weaver, you see more edge rusher just so you can get pass rush because they don't blitz. So yeah, maybe a not corner, like a receiver. I mean. Shi Smith isn't horrible. Yeah, but Shi Smith, like, he's a slot receiver, and that's not what they need. I mean, Simi Fehoko is bigger. He's not a slot receiver. So, yeah, I think I'll go for that. He can kind of be like a better Tyrell Williams. I think that's what his probably player comp would kind of be. That's probably his low comp, if you would. High comp, probably like Kenny Golladay or something, just because size and stuff. So yeah, you get a big receiver, which I think is a good thing we need. They don't need a slot receiver. They don't have many big receivers, so I think you get a big receiver in that. Okay, so we probably got two more picks, unless they got, you never know, they could have more, or this could be their last. So Jack Anderson's pretty nice. Jack Anderson, screw it, Jack Anderson. You get more help on that O line. I pick the tackle in the first round, and then you just get Jack Anderson, very solid player, and he's got those big tattoos. That's always nice. Damn big tats. That sounded weird. It was like I said big tats. Let's see what the Saints pick. Who the Saints pick? I might do another Saints draft just because they're my favorite team, and they got more picks now. Who are they picking? Royce Newman, tackle. Okay, I guess he'll just be a backup. Do we have another pick? I don't see one actually. Okay, well, we chilling. See what the Saints pick again. Or you can look at your favorite team. Keen Boyd. Last chance you. Jeez, Jalen Darden and 7. That's a steal. Was it going to be a quarterback? Yes. Why is it always Zach Thomas? It's always Zach Thomas. He's not a good quarterback. I'm telling you. Okay, Tevin Jenkins, offense tackle. You can fit on the right tackle spot straight away. Very strong, physical, mean player. And I think that's what they would like. Kind of fits that scheme well. And then Richie Grant, he'd play in the slot straight away. He can play safety straight away. I think that's a very good option. They do need to improve his safety. And he has the versatility to play in the slot also to improve that corner position. And he's a very good slot safety, so I like that. And then you get Monty Rice, who I'm pretty high on. He's a pretty good linebacker from Georgia, man. I mean, their linebacker position is pretty poor. It's probably one of their biggest needs, so I got a really good starter straight away, I think. And then you get Paulson Adebo also, who has a lot of potential. He could go he could go maybe late first round. You never know, just because what you saw from him before the opt-out was just so good. So you get a good corner there. And then you get Marvin Wilson. Improve that interior defensive line, you'd hope. You never know, Marvin Wilson. He could be something, actually, just because of... Yeah, I guess he got the potential. And last year, it just wasn't good. But he just seems like a Raiders player. Shaw Weaver, edge Pittsburgh. You just get more edge defenders. They need to rush the passer more. They get Yannick Ngakoue, but you just get another rotational player. Why not? He can slide inside also. And then you get Simi Fehoko. You get that big kind of receiver, which they had. But they don't have a lot of big receivers now, which isn't very good. They kind of just got a bunch of speed, basically, and possession receivers. So Simi Fehoko can be your not deep threat, like red zone threat. So I like that. And then Jack Anderson, you just get another depth kind of ill lineman who could maybe take over from like Richie Incognito straight away. No, not straight away, when he retires because he's 38 years old. Or he could start in the other guard spot or center because he's pretty good. He does have that versatility center. So yeah, you just get maybe a potential starter in the future. So that's the Raiders draft. Overall, I think I really hit this out of the park. You get like 4 starters, I think, in the first 4 picks. So that's very solid. And then you just get players that can maybe be something, just rotational players. So yeah, and that's the draft. Hope you enjoyed, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. So why not?